Yeah, I don't think they can hear you now. They can.
Good evening.
Yeah. Hello, Steven. Not. Are you okay there, Steven? It's fine. Nobody needed to see your face, anyways. Two people are viewing. I don't. You don't get to judge me. Actually, who the hell is in chat right now, anyways? We'll be starting in 3 minutes. Just letting people file in. We actually have an audience tonight. That never happens. Just a few minutes and we'll get started. Top of the hour. Feel free to say hi in chat, because I don't know who you people are, and it's not like Twitch tells me. Hey, thanks for the host, Holly. The plane being shown is a MiG-3. How's everyone doing tonight? It's easier than I thought it was going to be to set this face cam up. I'm glad it's working. Alright, I think it's close enough to the start of the hour to get going. So, hello everyone. I am Farflung Wonder. We are back in IL-2. Last week, before the plague that is finals hit me, we managed to kill poor Peter Vorobayev. Alas, Peter, we knew you not too well. But the needs of the war bring us back. So we're going to be returning to the Battle of Moscow. We're going to be starting a new campaign. This time, instead of being a mud mover, we are going a fighter squadron. In fact, we are going to pick the 27th Fighter Air Regiment. Actually, let me make sure that I set that up right. Yep, from the start, 27th, yep. We'll just take the default entry for now, just so we can get right into it. So we will be Vadim Stepanov, born in 1913. And of course, Iron Man. If we die, the campaign ends. So let's get to it. Alright, this should seem rather familiar. We are back at the start of the Battle of Moscow, 3rd October 1941. We are still a junior lieutenant even in other lives. But instead of us flying IL-2s, we're flying MiGs and I-16s. So this should be really exciting. I'm not much of a fighter pilot, so I don't expect this character to last terribly long, but we'll see what happens. So, for broad strokes, 27th IAP, founded in 38, and basically converted to I-16s in 1939. Kept flying, kept doing things, converted to MiG-3s just at the start of the Soviet entry into the Second World War, and they would go on to fight through the Battle of Moscow, and after converting to LA-5s, would fight in the Battle of Stalingrad. So that's the promise of this campaign, is that we might be able to keep one character going between two different battles. But we'll have to see where this goes. So we've got our squadron roster. We've got commander of the squadron, Major Filat Tomashev, and his deputy commander, Captain Emelyan Belyakov. These are the two head honchos. They've got actually fairly low air kill counts, but fairly high ground kill counts. And obviously they've got more flight hours than pretty much anybody else in the squadron. We have nothing to our name. So as per usual, we just take over to the first day. Alright, we already have a mission right off the bat. Let me just change these settings. On runway. There we go. So, what's the plan for today? We'll be flying a ground attack escort flight. Ooh. Ooh boy. These can get interesting real quick. And by interesting, I mean... well, you'll see. So let's see what the plan of action is. Down to... Shatsk? Shask? I wish I knew how to pronounce that. Good 151 kilometers away. So, with really without any further ado, we should get to it. So start the mission. So, us, Vadim, we are wingman number 1, so we are second in flight, taking off here at Migalovo. Unlike last time, we actually have a proper airstrip to deploy from. So let's see, taking off at 8:08 in the morning. We're taking pretty much an immediate flight. Let's see, let's find that point. It just says 100 meters, which is not very informative. Let's see. Point 2 is at 197 degrees at about a kilometer up for 151 kilometers. So the nature of these ground escort missions is we'll be sitting on the taxiway, or on the runway, waiting for the Sturmovix to fly over, and then we'll fly up to meet them and escort them. So we're basically going to be flying with them for a good 151 kilometers, and then we're going to fly them back to the air base here at Solodilovo, and then from there, it's just a straight shot back. So Solodilovo is at bearing 29 for 128 kilometers, and then our entry point bearing 324 for 38 kilometers. Nothing too crazy. So looking at the MiG-3, this will be our first time flying this on stream, so it is a very different beast to the IL-2. It is faster, it's more nimble. So let's see. Unlimited time with normal, and we have 10 minutes of boost. We've got a single shift supercharger, single gear supercharger, so we don't have to worry about changing with altitude. Let's see here. Okay, so engine has a boost mode that is engaged by setting the mixture control lever to max. No manual control supercharger. Engine mixture control is automatic when set to 50%. Okay, just like the IL2. RPM has an automatic governor. Is the stream lagging or is that just my internet? You know, I'm not honestly sure. Let me see what Twitch says. Twitch seems to be okay on my end, but I'm also the one streaming it, so it's hard to say. Let me know if it gets really bad. Anyways, the engine has automatic RPM. That's actually really useful. The IL-2 did not have that, which led to some problems when we were flying. Water and oil radiators are controlled manually. Pitch and yaw flight trimmers. So that's actually more. We just had pitch on the IL-2. Automatic wing slats. It's nice. Landing flaps have a limiter for the maximum angle. Let's see. Okay, like the IL-2, you just kind of deploy it or undeploy it. Tailwheel control system for the runway panels, so we'll have to be careful with that. Basically, if I push the rudder too far one way or another, the tail wheel that guides the plane when on the ground will start to move. So if you leave it, if you're making minor adjustments, you're fine, but too much and you'll start having the plane spin a lot. And that can be handy when you're taxiing and not quite so handy when you're trying to take off. Alright, we don't have individual wheel brakes, we just have a single wheel brake for them both, just like the IL-2. Fuel gauge. Canopy has a weak release, so we'll have to be careful. Alright, nothing too crazy. So let's see what the ground techs have given us. I'm going to lower the gun convergence to 200 meters, which is kind of my standard for fighter. So rather than using the basic weapons, they've replaced the Shikas and the BS nose-mounted machine guns with just 2 BS cannons. So that's 700 rounds of 50 caliber ammunition, or 12.7 millimeter. Otherwise, there's not much to this plane to speak of. It's a very, very, very good fighter aircraft, and I'm looking forward to flying in it and probably dying in it. So with that, let's get started. So I've got actually a little bit of time to get ready to take off. It's a nice open cockpit compared to the IL-2. It's a fighter cockpit. So there's 3 back there in the other MiG. We're in the second MiG, and our flight lead's flying an I-16. And I'm a bit worried, because sometimes the I-16 will have fuel issues. I think it has less fuel to play with than we do. So we'll have to see if our flight lead has to turn back. That's happened to me before. You can see our cockpit is pretty simple compared to the IL-2s. Oh, hang on. Just get this thing up to speed and then take off. Easy there, easy there. Might take some doing for us to get used to this thing. We're doing alright. Huh, somehow 3 slipped underneath us, which is probably for the best. Look at that turn radius on that thing. Made a complete 180. Lickety-splick. Have to keep an eye on our squadron mates so we don't get lost as we come up. Might take a bit for us to reform the formation. There's the Sturmovix right in front of us. We'll be flying escort for them. I think they're Sturmovits. They're either that or P-2 Peshkas, which are level bombers. Twin engine. Off go our navigation lights. Up we go. Yep, there's a flight right up ahead of us. Alright, I think I'm mostly tripping the aircraft out, so we shouldn't be doing much more than what we want it to do. We'll have to see. We lost a lot of airspeed getting up to altitude, so now it's just an issue of catching up. I don't want to engage the boost until we're closer, though. Or closer to the target. Okay, radiator set. We're catching up with our squadron now. In fact, we're going a bit too fast. We're going to slow down. There's one. There's three above us. There he is. So I'm going to let the plane slow down a little so we don't blow past everyone. Just be flying escort for a while. Where did 3 go? My only real grief with flying fighter squadrons is that it's much easier, I think, to lose sight of your team than in a ground strike unit. Trying to see what happened to them, but I've completely lost them. It might take me a minute to find them again. We're on the same route, so we should be alright. Or not, hang on. We'll open up the canopy a little to help our visibility. I thought I just saw them. Why is our course so far off? There they are, to our right. I knew we were close, I just couldn't spot them. Alright, we're gonna have to be a lot more careful. Close the canopy again, and get back to flying. I'm not too sure what our comrades are doing, but we're going to find out. We'll just creep into formation. Looks like he's doing some kind of snake formation in the sky, so we'll join in. We're just going to follow 2 around as we, or 3 around as we fly, so we don't get lost. Halfway to the target. Should be there any minute. Ooh, hang on. We drifted a bit too low. Keeping a good median altitude is important to prevent collisions. Anyways, how's everyone doing tonight? I have to be careful drinking water while flying. I have to be careful not to overshoot him again, so slow us down a little. So the dance continues. Our I-16 friend is still flying, still handling his own problems. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's the squadron commander flying with us, but I'm not totally sure. How fast are we going anyways? I'll look at the speedometer in a second. Looks like 320 something kilometers an hour. To a right bank, off we go. Climbing a bit too high. Let the shallow out. Very nearly to the border. Oh, the camera turned off. Here, let me fix that. Why did it do that? Stand by, everyone. It seems to have gone into some kind of sleep mode, and I don't know why. Give me just a second. I gotta start this. Why are you off? This is really quite odd. I don't know why it turned off. It's frustrating. Why did it... Come on. Come on. Did it unplug? Let's try this again. Oh, that might have messed it up for good. Oh, hang on. Interesting. Interesting. So, Windows isn't recognizing the camera. Let's try this again. Let's try this slot. How about now? Ah, okay, we found it. Great. I don't know what caused it to unplug last time. Here, let me reset that position a little. I think that was more or less right. Anyways, with that sorted, sorry for the holdup. Back to flying. I'm going to slow down so I don't blow past our friend here. We'll be over to German territory pretty soon, and then we have to start hunting for German escort fighters. Pretty soon it'll pick up, I promise. Unless there's just no Germans to be found, but I find that unlikely. Don't know how I managed to get some of it on my glasses, but I did. Nearly there, nearly there. Hey, how's it going, Quinn? Good to have you in chat. How's your day been going, man? Yeah, I was wondering when you'd show up. Crippling depression. We are not Raven Squadron, so that's a different fighter element. Oh, no! Well, I'm glad you found your login information, so you could make that joke. You didn't really miss much the last 20 minutes anyways. It's been mostly just us doing serpentines in the sky. You have been validated. Congrats. I don't know, like, what validation does for you, but it has been done. Sweet God, would it have killed anybody to make faster ground attack planes? I'm not playing all the times I've yawned, but, like, the camera should be showing the amount of times I've yawned in the recent time. The camera is still working. For now, at least. It keeps vanishing. Super yawn? I don't know if I can do that unprompted. Yeah, the problem with fighter squadron campaigns, I've noticed, is that most of your job's going to be just escorting the bombers, and the bombers usually start pretty far away, so you just end up doing circles in the sky for about half an hour to 45 minutes before, hey, you've reached the target zone. Okay, I gotcha. Well, I'm glad to hear about your new laptop, though. What kind of laptop is it? Oh yeah, that's great. It's got an actual, like, processing unit and stuff. Good graphics card. Hold on, there's aircraft circling right in front of us. Okay, Seagull is our ground strike unit, I'm assuming. I don't know what we're called. I have something to do that is not actually a cyborg potato on which I'm able to watch YouTube. Yeah? Yeah, boy, do I know that feeling. Yeah, what are those aircraft? Are those MiGs? They don't look like 109s from here. What is one doing? We're gonna drop back and just follow him now. Battle of Stalingrad was considerably more chill than I thought it was. This is the Battle of Moscow, and yeah, things are a lot more chill when you're at, you know, altitude. I saw something beneath us that's an airbase of some kind, but there's no flak or anti-aircraft coming out of it, so I'm assuming it's abandoned. And we're in definitely German territory, so I'm guessing it's just too close to the front line for it to have been occupied by the Luftwaffe. Comrade Stalin. Tzdaka is back to the east a few hundred kilometers. Couldn't tell you how far. Yeah, it's just an abandoned airbase sitting there. There's not so abandoned after all, there's some flak. Or anti-aircraft fire. We're flying as the Russians. This is our fighter squadron. Seagull flight went in. Those are them right in front of us, I'm pretty sure. This is our first combat mission with the squadron, ground attack support. So we're just looking for enemy fighters and covering the Sturmovix. Our last pilot was a ground strike pilot, and he died on Friday. So far, so good, though, as far as enemy air cover. Yep, those were MiGs. Yeah, our last pilot was killed by flak. He took a strike to the plane at low altitude, lost all controls, and basically plowed into the ground at speed. He was dead pretty much instantly. Oh, no. Nobody in the real world has died. Not recently. I'm worrying I'm pushing my fighter too much, trying to keep into this turn with the I-16, which is a much more maneuverable aircraft. Airspeed-wise, we're doing alright. We're a bit slow. Whoa, look at that sharp turn. We haven't been released to do some ground attack, but we might release ourselves a minute if the sky stays clear like this. It just... there's a certain risk to diving down and getting mixed up down there. Because if something does happen up here, we'd have to climb back up to altitude, and that's dangerous. But I have not seen anything on the horizon. Just flak. The bulk of the German anti-aircraft defense network is focused on the IL-2s, not on us. Slow down a little so when we shoot past him, we don't shoot past too far. Does he have something, or is he just maneuvering? I think he's just maneuvering. Now shoot him. I don't think they'd be happy about that. We have gotten ourselves into a bit of a rolling scissors, though. I'm going to power on and try to get some altitude. I've lost sight of him, and that means we could collide if I'm not careful. I don't know his life. Well, that's true. I don't. Alright, I'm going to bring us back around over the airbase. I'm a bit disappointed that none of Goring's boys have come out to play. No 109s. We don't even have any Italian fighters to deal with. No MC-202s. It's just dead quiet. I think that might be not even our squadron. I think that might be our fighters from Raven Squadron. I think we've scared them off. So in that case, I'm going to take advantage and make a ground strike run. Tell them their bear sucks. Don't tempt me with a good time. Alright, that anti-aircraft position right there. It's so focused on the Sturmovix, it doesn't even know we're coming. We might notice now, but... Alright. Power on and out. I don't know if we actually destroyed any of those placements, but the thing is, we don't really need to. We just need to shoot them. And the crews will usually abandon the position and bail out. Let's start climbing back to altitude. That's... Somebody let off a flare. Why did somebody let off a flare? I'm going to come around and start looking for fighters. I think that might be a warning. Ooh, that was weird. Needed some reading light. It's 8 in the morning. Actually, it's like now... Where's my clock? Yeah, it's like 8:45 in the morning. He has bad eye. Ah, well, maybe. Airspeed's good. In fact, airspeed's very high, so we're gonna climb up. There's a Sturmovik making its attack run over there on our left. It's gonna be hard to make it out against the ground. Dinner's ready and don't want to hold anyone up. I'll be back in a bit. Alright, cool. See you when you get back. I wonder how much ammunition we used in that pass. Alright, Seagull's finished its run, so they're heading out. We'll just need to regroup and start our own return. Looks like the Luftwaffe didn't come out to play tonight. That's unfortunate. Maybe next time. What just happened? We just took a hit. Our engine's damaged. We shot? Was it flak? How bad's the damage to the engine? I don't see any fighters. Let's check our course. There should be, if we continue on our path back, there should be emergency airfields all over the place. So I'm actually going to deviate a more direct course back to the home airfield. Yep, The engine just broke out. Alright, we're gonna have to abandon. Okay, bailing out. Wow. What hit us? There's our fighter. There's our squadron leader flying away. Well, the good news is we're safe and over Russian territory. And there's our teammate flying off himself. I really wish I knew what hit us. Wow, look at that. Looks like the Germans did show up right after we left. But I still don't think that was what hit us, because I didn't hear a plane, didn't see any tracers. It was just a sudden impact, so it must have been flak. Let me touching down in a second. Sturmovix are out, and we've just landed. Alright, that's the battle for us. So now we just wait to get picked up by friendlies. What hit us? I wonder. I don't see where our plane got shot. Oh, hang on, there we go. Yeah, it was a flak gun. I thought so. On the plus side, we managed to score some decent ground damage. So let's see what the after-action report says. We were definitely on the Russian side of the line, so we should not be captured. What a lucky shot. We don't get any glory, but we survived. Our plane's, well, it's a non-issue anymore. It's gone. So, the second mission of the night is going to the AI. And they did a pretty good job. Just flew over the river crossing, protected it, and then went home. Alright, on to the next day. October 5th, 41. Cloudy weather, clouds at 1700 meters. Temperature 6 degrees, barometric pressure 749 millimeters of mercury, wind to the north 2 meters a second. What do we have today? Oh boy. We get the exciting assignments. We're going to be doing more ground escorting. Where is that flight taking us? Good 148 kilometers. This time, instead of to where we were at, Znatsk, whatever, we're going to be checking out this area between Golneva, Subotino, and Podhabina. This just little region. Another boring mission, though hopefully we won't get hit by anti-aircraft fire and also won't get knocked out by one thing or another. Alright, well, really no reason to hold us out, so let's get started. checking Discord and stuff. Looks like nothing crazy is going on. That's good. Alright. So, like last time, we'll be doing more ground escorts. Taking off again. Just heading straight down to the target area at 210 for 148 kilometers. Then back up to their airfield. Same airfield, Solo de Lovo, at 45 for 133 kilometers, and then back home. 328 for 31, and then 351 for 5. Checking our specifications for our replacement plane, it's the exact same as last time. They really... So normally we've got 1,800 rounds of ammunition between the Shikass, which is a... let's see, does it say? Does it give specification? It used to. Shikass is, I believe, a machine gun of some description. But... Ooh, why is this locked? Interesting. I think it's based off of the phase of the war, and we just haven't gone far enough to get the Shivak cannon. So, same as last time. 700 rounds of 50 caliber ammunition should be more than enough to put the Bosch on the kibosh, or put the kibosh on the Bosch, however the phrase goes. Oh well, let's get to it. This time we're all flying MiG-3s. The squadron has 4 total after I lost mine. So we'll have to be careful. I'm gonna open the canopy. Where are those bombers at, I wonder? It's 8:08, I would say, in the morning. We're countersigning them. All right. After this flight, we'll switch over to Arma 3 for about an hour, and we'll stop for the stream from tonight. So, I'm expecting us to be done by 10 o'clock p.m. Central Time. And this flight should be done by 9. Unless something goes horribly, terribly wrong. getting buffeted by minor turbulence. Nothing crazy. It's nice to be back into the old circling patterns. I've been told that the reason why the AI does this, the back and forth circling, is because it doesn't quite know how to handle a situation where it'd be more efficient to slow the planes down and just fly a tight formation. So what it does instead is it flies at patrol speed listed, which I think in this case is 325 to 375 kilometers an hour. And to maintain that speed, and the best way to maintain that speed is to do gentle, graceful turns, left, right, left, right, left, right. This is not how you should escort a bomber flight, but this is how IL-2's AI processes how to escort a bomber flight. It's just a quirk of the programming, you know how it is. In some related flight sim news, the DCS, or Digital Combat Simulator, F-16 module has been announced. Well, not announced, but it has some actual details coming out rather than just saying it's coming. And that is quite exciting. Up until now, the best F-16 flight simulator has been Falcon 4 from the mid to late 90s, except with the BMS mod over it, which is a fan-made community overhaul. The story of which, how that started, is I find it personally interesting. So, Falcon 4 was made in the 90s, right? And eventually, the company that made it went under. I don't remember if it was removed during a merger or if it just simply went bankrupt or something like that. But one of the lead programmers, or a programmer on that team, as a final act of defiance, posted the entirety of the game's source code onto the community forums. So while that was deleted rather quickly, once you put something on the internet, there is no way to remove it. So overnight, all of these hardcore flight sim nerds had complete and total access to Falcon 4's, well, everything. You could do anything with it. And lo and behold, that's how we got BMS, which is just a massive overhaul of the game. It modernizes the graphics, it adds a lot of features that just simply did not exist. We're talking about a game that was made before VR being modded to have VR capability. That is an insane change to be done. And while it's a fantastic mod, and it's a fantastic game in its own right, in fact it has something that DCS does not have, which is a dynamic campaign. It's starting to show its age, and it is difficult to get it working sometimes. So the DCS F-16 module will be a modern F-16 module, cutting-edge graphics on the very stable DCS platform. It's exciting stuff. I've been looking at DCS for a while. I've tried it a few times, but I don't have money, so I've only used the 2 free aircraft allowed, or that come with it, which is the Sukhoi 25 Frogfoot and a trainer version of the P-51 Mustang. And I've been looking at modules for a while because we have, well, there's a lot of modules, and they're expensive, but DCS, where for $80 gives you in IL-2 a map and a bunch of planes, DCS gives you one plane, but it's one plane to the 19th level of fidelity, down to wear and tear on buttons. Most of these modules, if not, well, most of them, there are a few non-clickable ones, but most of the cockpits are entirely clickable. Every panel and button does something, as it should do in the original aircraft. It's just, it's a study sim. It is the epitome of a study sim, where this is more of a war simulator. And I have to say the F-16 module is interesting. Just like the F-18 module is interesting, and the F-14 module is interesting, and the Mirage 2000 module are interesting. Those are all things I've looked at and have said if I ever had the money I'd get it. And maybe I will. I'm holding out hope that someday we'll see an F-15 module. There is technically an F-15, but it's a lower quality one. It's similar to the level of detail as these kinds of planes, very high but not fully clickable. As part of the Flaming Cliffs 3, which was basically a standalone game that they merged into their DCS world. So there's an F-15, but there's been rumors of a proper full F-15 clickable, holy god, there's so much detail module. And I think if that ever comes out, it's a must-buy for me, because I love the Strike Eagle. But if I had to get a module tomorrow, let's just say $80 fell into my lap, I would have to go with, ooh, actually that's a difficult question. I think it would be a dead toss-up between the F-18 Hornet and the F-14 Tomcat. The Mirage 2000 is very interesting to me, I actually have a kind of personal fascination with French equipment, but I don't want to have to learn French in order to fly it effectively. The Tomcat is the most recent DCS module to come out, excluding the I-16, and it does have a lot of interesting functionality. For instance, it has a functioning weapons systems officer seat. So, okay. Up until now, all except for the UH-1 Huey and I think the Gazelle and the MI-8. Okay, so aside from the helicopter modules, there really have not been any two-seater module planes in DCS. And the main reason for that is that aircraft that typically have two seats split authority between the pilot and the weapon systems officer, the RIO, radar, something or other. Basically, the pilot focuses on flying, but the weapon system officer focuses on doing the shooty bits. And it's difficult to make that work in DCS when you're playing single player, because you're either going to have to dumb the systems down so that that's doable for two people or one person, or you lock it so that it's just cooperative only, and well, that wasn't really a thing. So the F-14 module is unique in that it has something called Jester, which is a AI. It also has a native cooperative play, so somebody could be your weapon systems officer. You can just say, hey, you wanna fly cooperative with me, and they can. But if you're flying solo, the Jester AI is basically, it is a digital RIO. It calls things out, it fires weapons, does everything that a real person should. And it's just really, really cool. So I think for that, it has currently the, if I had to choose between that and the F-18, I think at the moment the F-14 has the advantage. But the F-18 is really cool in that it's a modern carrier fighter, multi-role fighter. Single seat, unlike the F-14, which is a bit disappointing. I personally have something of a, I really like two-seat aircraft. I think they're really cool compared to single-seaters. Hey, welcome back, Bob. Or Quinn. I've just been talking about DCS modules. But yeah, I think at the moment I would rather buy the Tomcat module over the Hornet module, but it'd be really close. But the F-16 module coming out is interesting. It's very interesting, and it's worth keeping an eye on. I think not next week, maybe sometime. Maybe after this pilot dies, which might be, well, it might actually be next week, who knows. Could be this week, we don't know. Anything can happen. But if something happens to our pilot here and the campaign ends, I'll put Falcon 4 on my computer and try to learn it on stream with you guys. He could have a heart attack mid-flight. That is technically possible, but unlikely, because it would mean I would have to have a heart attack in flight, and I'm not that out of shape. What if all the viewers said boo very loudly? Well, I'd probably be confused, but I don't think it'd be enough to kill me. Oh, while you were gone, Quinn, we got hit by a flak round as we were leaving, and we had to bail out of our aircraft. We survived, we parachuted over Russian lines, so we weren't captured. But it was just like a 1 in a million Death Star shot from that thing. We had to have been a good, almost a kilometer or more away from the gun that shot us. So I'm not even mad. I'm actually kind of impressed that they were able to pull that off. Because it was a direct hit, had to have been. Yeah, not a bad aim at all. Ground fire scares me deeply. It is probably the most dangerous thing in this game. Because it just... An aircraft shooting you is bad. It is just bad. But generally, unless you're being hit by something that has a big cannon, it's just more like, well, that's unfortunate, but I can probably limp home or even keep fighting. If you get hit by anti-aircraft, it's like, well, there goes the wing. There goes, you know, the elevator. There goes my ability to use this, that, or the other system. And it's just an issue of, can I get back over the front line before my plane craps out on me? So I don't really mess around with ground fire very much. And this plane is not armored like the IL-2 is. This is a straight fighter. This is meant to shoot down other planes. The Sturmovik was a ground attack craft. It was armored to the tits. It had cannons and plating, and you are just generally safer in IL-2. So being hit by anti-aircraft is scary, but it's not like I'm dead scary. If I get hit by anti-aircraft in this thing, it's going to be the latter more than the former. Oh, actually, Quinn, the last time I saw you in person... Oh, hang on. A tornado was spotted in your area? Well, I'm glad that it's going to miss you. It's rather exciting. Basically, what I was saying is that the plane we are in is much more fragile than the plane we were in for the last campaign. Because it's just meant to shoot other things and not be shot. I was about to ask you, though, Quinn. The last time I saw you in person, we were talking about Falcon 4 and DCS. Did you ever try those out, or no? No, you didn't have the money for them? Oh, okay. Okay, I understand. Well, if you ever do get into any kind of flight sim, let me know. In fact, right now, IL-2 is having a big sale. In fact, I think so is DCS. They go off of Russian holidays, and this is the start of a Russian holiday, or I think it might just be semester or summer-wise. Either way, I would look into it, because this is when things start getting more affordable, and this is a very high price hobby. Like, you can buy, at the very least, you can buy the joystick and throttle that I'm using for $60 on Amazon. So it's a very affordable start. I'll see, I've been looking into new games to try. I was mostly looking at cheap stuff. Yeah, I totally get you. Yeah, worrying about price is definitely something I have to worry about. Yeah, it's not a bad price at all, and this is a very, very decent... It's I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's the Thrustmaster T-Flight something or other. It's a very simple entry-level throttle and stick combination. And it's great. It's got... it has a hat switch on the stick. 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons on the stick. And then on the throttle it has... Well, it's got the throttle itself, and it's got 6-ish buttons on the throttle, plus a few other option buttons that I think you can use as like a toggle. Hopefully you'll hear back from your job applications. Yeah, I hope it goes well for you, man. I put out a job application myself for my community college's tutoring department. I haven't heard back yet either. Would be nice to have some money. Yeah, and twiddling your thumbs is the worst. It's just like, well, I got nothing better to do. Kind of fallen out of formation, so I'm going to try to reform it. I feel like, I know I'm going to hear back from them, yes or no, on my application. Sorry, what's up? Had to take a test for the preferred job, and I haven't heard back from them in 4 days. That is a while, and I applied for my job about, I think, a week and a half ago. But if I read the application right, I should hear back, yes or no. Yeah, hopefully. Thanks for the well wish. I mean, I don't know. Did you send up a follow-up email? No, it was an online application. There's not really anyone to email, per se. I could look into it and message the head of the tutoring department themselves. In fact, I might do that. But, I mean, like, if they look at resumes, and I don't know if they do, but if they look at resumes, come on, man. I've got a NASA thing on it. I feel like that has to count for something. I would let them know I'm still interested. Yeah, alright. I'll write something tomorrow, actually. Thanks for the tips there. We're just about to cross the front line. Seagull's in, so now we're looking for fighters. So let's just trail behind 3 here. With the NASA thing front and center, from what I gather, most employers only skim resumes and throw them out fairly quickly. Yeah, I've got it. It's the top entry in my previous, in like my volunteering experience and something like that. I don't want to put it above school or work experience. But oh, hang on. Here we go. Fighters south. 8 kilometers out. So we're going to follow our squadron leader in. Whoa, what is he doing? 2 kilometers to the south, fighters. I don't see anything. We'll just follow our fighter in. That didn't step. What? I didn't shoot anybody down. Why did I'm confused. Wow, look at him fly away. That's our buddy. He must have his boost engaged. For the moment, we're clear. But I don't know what's going on. So I'm just trying to stick with our squadron lead and just help him with whatever he's doing. Alright, fighter 3 kilometers out. Where? I was kind of hoping it would meet us at the same altitude. Oh, hang on. Something just fly underneath us? I saw tracers, but I don't know what left them. There's one of our aircraft below us. I think that's a... Is that a MiG? Or is that a Sturmo? That's a MiG. Something's on its tail. Alright, here we go. Alright, so the key to fighting 109s is to get them in a turn fight. We can out-turn them pretty easily. They win at energy fighting, but we win in a straight-up dogfight. So let's try to find one and take them on. I don't see anybody, though. That's the problem. I lost sight of the planes we were going in on. Nobody's slotting up behind us. That's the good news. Ground fire is going after the Sturmovix, but I don't see any, like, 109s. Southwest. Behind us. Let's make a sharp turn. Try to lure this guy out. There we go, there's something. Oh, wait, that might have been flak. Yeah, it was flak. That's more flak. Nothing. I just don't... Where is my college? Well, my community college is a good 15 to 20 minutes down Roselle Road, which is one of the main roads off of my house. So it's real close. Southeast 4 kilometers. We're the west. It's not too far away. It's very convenient. It's a good drive. The college I'm transferring to, though, Northern Illinois University, is about an hour away. It's in DuPage. I live in Schaumburg. Hang on, something just... There we go. Hello. Who is this? Oh, it's a MiG. Let's follow him in. If we can. He might be on someone. Or someone might be on him. Let's see. Yeah, I'm at home. And I'm not likely to be getting a dorm at NIU because room and board is expensive. Not to say I'm not... Looks nice. Yeah. Oh, you're looking it up? Yeah, it's a neat school. Shit. I'm flying too strain level. I'm going to have to turn. I have not seen any of these fighters, which is concerning. But they haven't seemed to have shot at me yet. Southeast 3 kilometers out. No flak, no... Why does it keep saying I've been killing things? I have not. 2 hours long round trip is a long time? Yeah, it is. I'm not looking forward to that. Holy cow, something just ate dirt right there. I wonder if that was a 109. I wonder. Okay, fighter 6 kilometers out. Hang on, hello. Is that a 109 or is that another MiG? It's moving fast. I think that's a MiG. There's a second dot above. No, that's the same target as before. There's the second dot's below it. Here we go. Hang on. Come on, give me something. You. We're going after you. Reversing the turn. Going over. Yes. Okay. BF-110. They're twin-engine fighters with a tail gunner. Heavy fighters. Alright, let's do this. Don't worry about minor damage. There he is. I don't think we hit him. So we're going to have to go in again. Two 110s. Two 110s. Over his head. might have clipped him there. We'll be able to outturn these guys, no problem. But now we have to worry about deflection. Okay, we hit a fuel line. Trying to do my best to stay away from that tail gunner, because that thing is dangerous. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. I need to work up some speed again so I can go after this guy. He is faster than me. By some margin. But he's also leaking fuel. If he's smart, he'll go home. I don't think we're hitting him. There we go! There goes his left elevator. Whoa! He's in, he's in. I'm in love with you. Your only experienced fighter's long night of solace. Well, you know, shooting him down with your missiles after taking his shields down? Well, I think we just did, comrade. Alright, let's find another 110 to go after. We still have plenty of ammunition. Alright. Seagull's coming out, but we can't leave until after we're sure that we've cleared the way for them. If that guy isn't dead, I'll eat my hat. Seems a little inefficient, but a kill's a kill. I mean, he was moving pretty fast, and we ripped off his left aileron. Or left elevator? No, aileron's on the wing. So, he's lost control of that turn. I don't think he's going to be able to recover from it. I didn't confirm it visually, but I'd be stunned. I'm not going to lie. Because that thing's heavy, and it was in a pretty severe bank when I clipped it. And I saw it start to descend. Engine fighter 3 kilometers to the north. I'm west. Just start maneuvering, just in case he's on me. I think I just saw him. If I wanted to, I could kick on the boost, but I just don't see a point. Alright, so there's our squadron going after that 110, so we're going to have to be careful so we don't get caught up. I'm going to go high. So far, I've only seen 2 110s. There might be a third. Okay, come on. We're going to stay low below him and set up for our attack. Okay. We're clipping him. We're going to dive back below so that tail gunner doesn't get a chance. Yeah, he nicked us, but we're okay. So below we go. Actually, I'm not even sure if he hit us. I didn't hear an impact noise. I hate fighting 110s because they are just dangerous. There we go. We got his fuel line again. There's that tail gun. Okay, come on. Do something stupid. Let me get you. Alright, he's diving. We'll stay below him. It's just safer down here. We nicked him again. Stay outside. It's hard to see over the nose of this aircraft. We're going to dive below. Okay, he's making a left bank. It's not so extreme that I can't keep up with him. Airspeed is still good, so we don't have to worry about that. I don't think we're hitting him. There we go. He's on fire. That should kill him, but let's follow him this time. I want to make sure. He's still maneuvering. Let's give it time for him to burn down. I'll look at what you said in a second, Quinn. I need to make sure. Yep, that's it. He's dead. His controls went out. That's our second kill, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, we need to regroup. We're over Soviet territory, but I don't know what happened to the rest of our squadron, so I'm going to assume that they moved to regroup with the bomber flight. So we're going to take a northward course and get out of here. Okay, so... are we safe? We're still in flak range, so I'll keep my path low. Where are you, Stork 3? Hang on, I think I see them. Let's see, actually I got some combat, air combat in Battalion Wars. My favorite anti-aircraft tactic was to get in a bomber, get above enemy gunships, then carpet bomb them to death, so make of that what you will. I mean, hey, if it works, it works. And I can't fault you for your originality. Alright, so... oh dear, is that 2 more BF-110s? Oh dear, oh dear. I don't know how much ammunition we have left. Yeah, I mark... I thought I saw one moving right to left, but he might have changed his course. Hang on, we have to turn into this guy. He's coming after us. Alright, reverse the turn. Let's go after him. Where did he go? Where did he go? He flew overhead and then I lost sight. How's our airspeed? Our airspeed's high. But I feel like we're not maneuvering very well. I don't know what's wrong with my plane. We don't have any damage. Oh, we do. We've got minor machine gun damage. So our performance might be a bit affected. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. I just have to be careful not to overstress that wing. Depending on how I feel about the fight, I might have us nope out. That was a really good kill, though. I'm not gonna lie. Whoa! How about that? Look at that guy. What a cheeky little bastard. We're gonna turn into him. And then go over. And... hello, Kraut. Did you miss me? Alright, there goes his elevator. His right elevator is gone. I'm still moving too fast, so I'm going to loop over him. Alright, he's leaking fuel. His right elevator is out. So we might be able to maneuver kill him. I have to avoid that tail gun, though. That thing is deadly. I know I keep saying it and it doesn't seem like it, but trust me, it is. I don't want to get hit by that. Even if it is just technically a light machine gun, engine damage is no joke. I put a few more rounds into him, but I don't see a whole lot of result. But we did trigger his second fuel line to go. There we go. We got engine damage now. It's just a nice little multicolored display. Oh, what are you doing? Just wait until he hits phase 2. I don't want to see what happens when he hits phase. Yeah, there we go, there we go. Come on. Go down already. I don't know how good of a hit that was. There we go. There goes another elevator. He's down. Or, no, that wasn't an elevator. That was an aileron. We'll follow him through to make sure. Because he might still be able to pull this one out. But he is. Wow. Kudos to this guy. I've shot off more than a few parts of his wing and he's still going. He's having trouble though, I can see it. He might not be able to make it back to landing, but this is war. I can't have any doubts. I need to kill him. Or at least put the last of my ammunition into him. Okay, we're out of ammo. So long. Alright, we're gonna have to make a course back north towards the rest of the bomber flight. Is he coming after us? I don't think so. You can never tell. Sometimes the AI is very aggressive. We are now completely out of teeth, so we're actually going to, instead of... No, we're going to follow through. We're going to at least follow the flight through, even if we blow past our... Are you serious? Is he coming after us? I swear I just heard him. There's something loud right near us, and I can't tell what it is. I don't think it's our engine, is it? I'm gonna open up the canopy. Alright, we're doing okay. Play with the glitch trim. All in all, we did really good. We have definitely confirmed 1 kill. The game might give us 2 more. I'm sorry for the noise. It's just... I've learned that if you hear engine noises that you don't recognize, something's wrong. So I'm paranoid. I'm just reasonably paranoid. And I'm not usually wrong. Most of the time, whenever I hear another plane, there is another plane. Something I think is wrong with ours, so we're gonna climb back. We're also going to change our mind on following the flight plan, I think. I don't like the damage to the wing. The plane feels squirrely. I'm gonna bring this thing back, just a direct route. Engine's okay. I'm pushing it hard, but it's alright. Temperature's alright. We're still in nominal, we're not in boost, so we're not, like, in concern of breaking the thing. So I think it's really just a mix of the minor damage to the right wing added to, give me a second, I'll think of it. Added to the ground turbulence, or the turbulence at low level, because we're getting bounced around by that a lot. I'm gonna close the canopy. Alright, there we go. Much more controlled sound. Yeah, there's pretty significant buffering down here at low altitudes. So I'm going to put the plane to a gradual climb and try to take us back. Okay, that's concerning. We have flight lead. I think our whoever was leading the flight got shot down or forced to RTB, so that meant that we're in charge. That, alright. That changes our priorities a little. How are we doing on fuel? Where is fuel? What's the thermometer? That's heat. Where's the fuel gauge? It's in here somewhere. I'd have to hunt for it. Give me a sec. Okay, I think that's our fuel right there. We're at about half tank. That's good. Okay, we're doing alright. We can actually, I think what we'll do is we'll actually go back to the patrol route and just hang out there for a bit over the Sturmovik airfield, because we've been given temporary command because something happened to our lead, and there's a responsibility we have to carry through now. I think our plane's okay, it's just feeling a bit funny, and as long as nobody comes after us, and we should be far enough over Soviet territory to where that's not a concern, nothing like that happens, I think we're okay. So I'll just have to trim out any problems I feel and just get us back to where we're going. So bearing 4-5, I think we're actually more or less on that. At an altitude of 1,012 meters, so we're still climbing. Let me trim out this yaw. I wish I knew what was causing the buffeting. I mean, it's wind, I get it, but I wish I knew, like, at what altitude that stops being a problem. Stork 3 is still engaged. I'm going to try to call him back. Sorry, the storm picked up and it's become hard to hear you over all the rain and hail. Well, I hope everything's okay over there. I was just saying that we're going to be heading back to base. After we land, we're going to turn off IL-2 and switch to Arma for an hour and just chill out. That'll be our cooldown stream. Or the cooldown to the stream. It's been exciting. I didn't expect it to be, because I was expecting things to be like the first one where we basically just circled for a while and then maybe get shot by something. But that was a neat dogfight. I did better than I thought I would do, to be absolutely honest. We're still climbing. I hope our third member's okay. There's really no promises. The turbulence is not completely gone, but it's backed off a little. So I'm gonna level our plane out, trim out the... There we go. Nice and mostly level flight. When we get over the airbase... Okay, so that answers what happens to Squadron Lead. He must have noped out, and he's landing right now. Arcadia, Solo de Lovo. Oh, he's landing at where the IL-2s are, so he couldn't make it all the way back. Quinn says hi. Alright, we'll nearly back to base. I'm concerned that we're picking up 3's engagement on our radio, because if 3's engaged all the way back at where we were at, we should have left his radio range a long time ago, which means that the 110s, or maybe a different group of fighters, has made it over to Solo de Lovo. Or Solo de Lovo. I'll get it right eventually. That's the last of the coffee. It's cold at this point, but it's fine. It's still coffee. This is a good mug. I've had this mug for about, I think, 2 years now. And this is a pretty good thermos, too. You know, actually, there's coffee in it. I shouldn't drink it because it's a few days old, but I'm willing to bet you it's at least lukewarm. I swear, it's got heat retention that would drive you mad. Whoop, hang on. Let's correct our course a little so we're a bit more direct. Okay, there we go. We're moving at a pretty respectable clip. We're at 425 kilometers an hour. That's really fast for propeller plane terms. Look at that view. Incredible, I tell you. Hang on, who's that? Oh, dear God. That's 3. That's 3 in that 110. I'm willing to bet you. If we can drag them over to the airfield. Ah, geez, what can I do here? I've got no gun. Oh, that's funny. I can't tell him to RTV. I tried. Does he still have ammunition? Come on, follow me. Don't... That 110 is going to back off once he starts getting hit by anti-aircraft fire. So we just need to lure him over to Solo de Lovo. I can't believe that he's hung around that long. I don't have a choice. I'm going to have to at least follow him in to make sure that it's okay. Ridiculous. What are you doing? You don't even have ammunition left, I'm willing to bet. Come on, go home. That 110's probably at the extent of its range. These things are fuel guzzlers, bar none. Literally won't let me tell him to RTV. You maniac? You're gonna get yourself shot down. Wait. What? Is that a... Yeah, that's a 110. Hey, buddy. Is he leaking fuel? Has that maniac been following my squadron mate around while leaking fuel kilometers behind Soviet lines? What kind of death wish does this guy have? What an absolute nut job. I'll have to be careful so I don't end up being killed by this guy, but if we can bait him into using... Oh, holy cow. Oh, that was just light. That was just the sun. If we can bait him into doing something stupid... I don't know what. He's put our buddy on the defensive. Come on. You see this fighter coming up behind you, what do you do? Do you react? Do you keep flying? I want to drive this thing out of fuel. So I'm going to dog it. I'm not the one with the fuel leak, but he is. If I can drive him down so that he uses up all of his fuel except for one engine, or even force him to a maneuver kill. Can I bait him into making a too low of a turn to try to avoid being hit by me? We will have to see. Come on, Fritzy. Come on. You've got a big, scary Russian fighter right behind you. What do you do? What do you do? Challenge him directly with the loop-de-loop? Assert dominance. I mean... I'm wondering, can I try to, like, nudge him with my wing? I feel like that would get me killed. But I could probably, like, run right up behind him and scare him. Okay, the Sturmoviks have landed and they're coming back home. I still can't tell him to RTV. Come on. How much fuel can that thing have left? I mean, let's be honest. His right fuel tank is gone. It's got to be near empty. Okay, come on. Big, scary Russian fighter plane coming right after you. Come on. I can't... Can I bait him over into... No, we're too far away from any airbase. I just hope that 3 decided to get out. I can probably just leave this guy in the dust. But I don't know what happened to 3. I put this guy so far on the defensive that I'm hoping my squadron mate got out. There he is, actually. Here. Is he coming in for an attack? Sorry, Paled picked up a bit. Oh my god, you absolute unit. Do you have ammunition left? Please tell me you have got bullets. Or are we just going to... Do you have bullets? Come on, please have bullets. I don't think he has bullets. Whoa! Minor hit. We're okay. Didn't penetrate. See what I mean, though? That could have been an engine damage. We were lucky. We were really lucky. Come on. Big, stupid twin-engine fighter of yours has to run out of fuel eventually. Or air. Let's see if I can't make him run out of altitude. A noble attempt. One of us is closer to our airfield than the other. Fuel-wise, we're doing okay. Ooh, hang on. I wonder if he even has primary ammunition left. He might be straight out. Might just be his tail gun. There's our buddy. We're just going to harass this guy until he goes home. Sorry, I can't FaceTime right now. We're just going to keep driving this guy nuts. Ooh, hang on. Why was our performance chugging? Storm should be mostly past. Great. Where'd that 110 go? There he is. We're doing okay on fuel. Our airbase is at least 10 to 15 minutes away. So if we get like a 15-minute warning, we can just... Well, we can even land at the Sturmovik airfield and be safe. Ooh, hang on. Can he recover? Yeah, he can recover. He'll be fine. I wonder... what we'll have to do to force this guy into going home. To be fair, he's mostly flying defensive. This was the plan, but I was hoping to, like, force him to making an error. So I'm going to try to get up real close. Hey, buddy. Howdy. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. Oh, wow. Our buddy actually does have machine gun ammo. Coming for you. What are you gonna do? Gonna go home? I have to be careful so our buddy has room to maneuver. Yeah, he still has guns. Go get him. Get him, buddy. How's the air? It's doing okay. I'm trying to get this 110 to crash, or otherwise just make a mistake severe enough so that he can't go home. So I'm just burning through fuel, chasing this guy down. And in case you forgot, I have no bullets, so all I'm doing is basically harassing him. Trying to force him into a mistake. Which is dangerous for us, don't get me wrong. But I can't, in good faith, leave my squadron mate alone here. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to get him in trouble. Come on, come on. Our buddy might have gone home. That thing has so much fuel. It's been leaking fuel for the last couple of minutes. I was kind of hoping it would have choked out one of the engines, which probably would have been enough to send that guy packing or kill him entirely. No such luck. Ooh, what maneuver is this? Squadron mate's about. There he is. Come on, come on. Pack it in already. Can't get this guy to make a mistake severe enough to where he'll die. And our buddy just doesn't seem to be able to hit him. Makes me wish I had ammo left. Tell him he likes Boruto's dad. Yeah. Whoop, hang on. Let me give my friend room. You okay there, friend? Yeah, you're good. You're going in. Kind of lost sight of where everybody is, so I'm going to take a second to catch my bearings. Well, there's somebody. Fuel's okay. Have I been reading the right fuel gauge? I hope so. Yeah, I think we're okay. There's the 110. Still fighting. It's hard not to be impressed by this guy. I'm not gonna lie. That he has not quit. He hasn't tried to land or anything like that. It's impressive. He still won't RTV though. Can't get my pilot to RTV. And this 110 is still maneuvering. Come on, buddy. Whoop, easy there, Odette. Just run out of fuel. Nice hit, nice hit. Yes! Yeah, that's it, well done. Alright, let's make sure and confirm it. Yeah! Yeah, so long. So we're going to fly to point 3 and then head RTB. Actually, we're going to navigate to point 4 instead. So that's at bearing 328. So we're just going to make a graceful left-hand turn. Hey, buddy. I am proud of you today, friend. We're at due north. Another shallow turn. There you are. We'll climb back to altitude so it's a little bit safer in a second. What a fight that was. Playing chicken with the plane while we had 0 fuel of our own, so we could set up a shot for our buddy. Goes down in the history books, I tell you. Oh, that's funny, our course is off. We're gonna bank to the right then. I thought I was at 328. Oh, that's... If it hadn't been 10 minutes, it would have been climactic. Well, you know, we got close enough to see each other's faces at a few points. Oh, what happened to our... Ooh, easy there, camera. On our left. Up there he is. Hello. Should have yelled at him while he passed. Yeah, that's always an option. Oh, mouthed it. Now here's what I should have done. Hang on. Just fired that at him. Give him one of these. Where did my buddy go? I hope I didn't spook him too bad by firing the flare. Easy there, camera. Or he must have shifted over to our left. Or did he go vertical? There he is. Hello. We are completely out of ammunition. But we bagged ourselves more than a few fighters. I think that's a... Yeah, okay, we've confirmed 1 kill. You know, that turbulence is hitting us again. We're doing good. I think actually that was the fuel gauge. I was looking at the wrong one. I don't know. It feels like suddenly the head tracking has gotten really drifty on me and I don't know why. Like there's some kind of weird input delay. Weird. I'll look into it later. That is definitely a delay. Also, we seem to be rolling to the right, to the left. That should correct for that. Seem to have lost our buddy, and I don't know what happened to him. This thing is freaking out, and I don't know why. Where did 2 go? Or 3? That's the airfield to our left. So let's go in. Yep, right side of the river and everything. It's nice to be on approach. Our plane's going to pretty rapidly decelerate as we come in. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Ooh, bit rough. It was my own fault. I came down a bit too hard. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Hang on. Ground loop. I screwed that up a little. Remember how I said that the MiG-3 has a turning tail wheel? That's what happened there. It span. So let's get this thing off the runway. But we made it down, intact. Aircraft's alright. Let's just get it off the runway. So when nukes start falling? I don't know. I hope not. I'll get it under control in just a second. Hang on. I don't really like the when the flywheel works that way. Not the flywheel, but you know what I mean. Caldwell's heating up a little bit early this time. Yeah, well, I appreciate their enthusiasm. I'll say that much. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, we're on the taxiway. Oh, there's a flaps limiter after all. I didn't know that. Easy there. Easy there. We'll get better at landing this thing and all that with time. But for now, we've done, I think, an incredible job. I mean, some countries won't even bother with a nuclear first strike on your capital. Yeah. There's a I-16 right there. Whoa, whoa, buddy, buddy, no. Is he okay? I think he's okay. Oh boy, we might be in trouble. We just kind of clobbered that guy with our wing. I hope he's not dead. Alright, let's see what we got here. Look at that. Look at that mess of turns. But hey, we got it. And there's all the other planes that got shot down. Oh, there were 109s around? I didn't even notice. There's a 11E2, or 110E2 we got. Huh, I wonder what happened to the other planes. They must have made it back. Alright, let's wrap this up, and then let's change gears to Arma for half an hour or so. Please don't have us be court-martialed for hitting that guy. Hey, we got a medal. And a money reward. And no court martial. We'll have to share some of our money. But how about that? Second mission in the air, and we've already have 1 kill. So the rest of the squadron's going up, and we'll stop playing IL-2 after this. So let's just give it some time to do everything. Let's see what happened to the rest of the squadron. The rest of the squadron did okay. They were mostly flying I-16s. Mission accomplished. Doesn't look like they got a lot done, though. Only 23 more missions before we met our quota. Those were for American bombers. We don't have a quota. Alright, I'm going to change gears to Arma, so give me a bit. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. So, what do we want to do? You know what? Let's give the single player version of Global Mobilization another go. Now, the last time we tried this on stream, it broke horribly, so we'll have to see how it works. Alright, Arma's booting up. Once it finishes booting, I'll switch the camera feed to that, close IL-2, and then we can just chill out. Okay, looks like we've got it. Okay. Alright, OBS. Alright, let's see if this transitions perfectly. Doesn't seem like... Oh, okay, good, it found it. Alright. I'll close IL-2. I need to very quickly update the stream information. Okay. Stream's been updated. So we're going to go back to the campaign that we tried. We're going to restart it. The last time we played this, it was broken, and it might still be broken, so we're going to find out the hard way.
Feindlager. Feindkräfte in unbekannter Stärke haben heute Morgen um 0200 im Raum zwischen Wolfsburg und Helmstedt vorderste Spitzen wurden auf Höhe Groß-Sisbeck, Groß-Twülpstedt aufgeklärt. Vermutete Absicht ist es, dort Brückenköpfe über die Aller zu bilden, um das Nachrücken weiterer Kräfte. Eigene Lage. 2. Panzerbataillon 22 wurde uns unterstellt. Verstärktes Panzergrenadierbataillon 23 hat vorgeschobene Stellungen nördlich und südlich bezogen. Auftrag: Zerschlagen von feindlichen Kräften westlich der Aller und Gewinnen von Stellungen westlich von Querenhorst. Durchführung: 2. Kompanie gewinnt Stellungen nördlich Querenhorst und sichert nördliche Flanke. Hierzu später mehr. Dritte Kompanie, hier Schwerpunkt, greift von Klein-Sisbeck über Groß-Sisbeck auf Querenhorst an, gewinnt Brückenköpfe bei Querenhorst. Vierte Kompanie, eingesetzt als Reserve, überwacht südliche Flanke. Ausführung.
Alright, well, that's a pretty simple briefing. In reality, what that translates to is just follow your squad leader around and do the job. Ooh, hang on. It's not finding track IR. Let's refresh. Yep, there we go. Sweet. So the overall situation in this campaign is that East German forces have moved into West Germany, and it's turning into a flashpoint. So our job as members of the West German military is to push them out. Pretty simple plot so far. This is the first mission.
Daraus liegt Klein Sisbeck. Es schaut ruhig aus. Dann schauen wir mal, wen wir dort finden. Reihe, Marsch. Ost, 400 Meter, Marsch. Verstanden.
We'll just finish this mission off, maybe do the next one, and then stop for tonight. Wait till the tree starts speaking Rasputin. They're not Soviets, they're just East Germans. I don't think they'd start singing the best of whatever band it was that made Ra Ra Rasputin. Still have that slight input delay on my track IR. I might just need to restart the program. But I'm worried to do that right now, because it might break something. Oh, German band wrote that song? Oh, well, in that case, carry on. Oh, hey, did somebody tell the 113 driver to not run over our buddies? Maybe it has been patched. Nope. Easy there. Just wait until we stop moving, you half. You okay, Stein? Yes? Alright. Take care of yourself, buddy. I need to have stern words with whoever is driving that thing. He's fine. It's fine. He's fine. It's fine.
Vor uns, 300 Meter, Marsch.
Why couldn't that have gone off-road and around the town? Or we all could have just followed behind the armored fighting vehicle. No. It's not even an armored fighting vehicle, infantry personnel carrier. Or infantry fighting vehicle. Actually, no, it is an armored personnel carrier. What am I saying? It's like the classical definition of an armored personnel carrier. I don't want to sprint, but they're all blowing right past me. We've got a lot of walking to do, too. Yeah, wait up.
Wo sind Sie?
Koordinaten 0, 0, 3, 0, 9, 9.
I wish there was a command to tell your buddies to slow down.
Sind die alle?
Hier Hammer. Kommen. Wir müssen alle geflohen sein, nachdem der Feind hier durch ist. Hier Hammer.
Stell dir vor,
Kein
du würdest von einem
Feindkontakt mit
Panzer in
Klein
deinem
Sisbeck.
Vorgarten
Kommen.
aufgeweckt.
Yeah, this happened again. I have tiny legs.
Feindlicher Alarmposten.
I have big arms. I have little arms and a big head. I don't know how well this plan was thought out. Ooh. Can I gank that bug? I know Volkswagen. I cannot gank it. This makes me sad. What was basically happens, just imagine a West German soldier who's wide as he is tall, with legs about a foot long. Expert infiltration unit. How do you think they sneak across the East German border? They just slide underneath the wall. The little animal holes. Alright, we've caught up with them. I still don't know what's up with this input delay. It's gonna bother me until I find out what caused it. Ah well, c'est la vie. Ah, jeez. Seeing as, actually, no, I'll talk stream plans at the end of the stream, because we'll be going again tomorrow. I figured because it's summer, I've got a little bit more time to throw at things. Summer school, you know, notwithstanding. So, we'll talk about that.
Nach vorne.
Anyways, what was...
Geht weiter nach
Yep, yep,
Großsisbeck.
there it is. Continue to grow suspect.
400 Meter. Marsch.
Groß-Siebeck, Klein-Siebeck, Groß-Twülpstedt, Klein-Twülpstedt. Und dann ist das alles hier noch so elendig flach. Flacher als dem Heiner seine Freundin.
Immerhin habe ich eine.
Get dead done, Clement. Will you stop tagging our friends? You half-wit with a 3-ton... No, it's way more than 3 tons. It's like 60 tons. No, it can't be 60 tons. How much does that damn thing weigh?
Pfeil. Marsch. Hier Hammer. Feindkontakt in Großsisbeck.
Uh-oh, we're getting shot from...
Anzahl. Greifen an. Kommen.
Hier Vesper, verstanden.
Alright, this is where things usually go south, so...
Hammer vorgehen. Kommen.
Our stamina's low. We're being asked to make an engagement at range. Somewhere out that way are East Germans. So we're gonna go ahead and take a crouch,
Voraus. Schütze. Angriff. Voraus.
form a firing line with our buddy right in front of us. They'd stop moving so fast.
Lindemann. Reindl. Nordostberg. Soldat.
Yeah, we're out of stamina now. Can't even sprint. I'm afraid to let them push too far out, because then I'm really stuck.
Kämpfe Ziel. Feindberührung. Voraus. 200.
Let's go pro.
Soldat. Nordpost. 300. Schütze. Voraus. 200. Mann. Hab ihn. Hab ihn. Voraus.
Yeah, I don't see anybody. Oh, there's somebody.
Hab ihn. Hab ihn.
I think one of our teammates might have gotten him. We have to catch up with the rest of the section, so let's move.
Gebiet gesichert.
That's the
Vor.
second
300
M113. Must be another squad push. No, it's our squad still. I guess we just have more support. Stamina's alright, so we're set for combat. I think we've got 2 fragmentation grenades. We've got 5 or 6 magazines for our G3, so... we should be locked, cocked, ready to rock. Let's just hope nothing goes wrong. Whoop. It's going over our heads, but I don't think it's directed at us. Let's just get inside the town itself and fight.
Feindkontakt. Koch.
Oh, that's close.
Dämmer. Voraus. Mann. Angriff. Vor uns. 75. Mann. Reindl. Stein. Gegner voraus. Vor uns. 75. Mann. Feinde. Mann. Stein. Rechts. Ja.
Crossing, crossing.
Scheiße, Pegel ist gefallen. Klemmer, übernehmen Sie seinen Panzerfaust.
One of our guys is...
Am Boden. Ich gebe Deckung. Stein,
just suppressing now. Alright, let's grab that Panzerfaust.
Feinde, Norden, Mann, Angriff, Bewegung dort.
Sorry, friend.
Und, Hunde, Mann, niemanden. Koch, Schütze, Angriff, rechts, Hunde, Soldat, bekämpfe Ziel.
Alright, we've got his backpack and his rockets. So let's get caught up with the rest of the section.
Hab ihn.
Is the rocket loaded? It is. We're set. I'm hearing more G3 fire to our right. I'm gonna push into the church. Passing, passing.
Ich springe. Querfeuer.
Whoa. Contact behind.
Mann, Stein, Soldat, Angriff. Bekämpfe Ziel.
Where?
Links,
That's East. That's West German.
rechts, 75. Soldat.
I just don't see. Got him. Let's get back. Let's regroup. Sorry, buddy. Sorry.
Los, ich gebe Deckung. Jetzt oder nie. Sprung auf.
Whoa.
Bleibt er denn? Ganz frei.
Push up.
Ziel neutralisiert. Lauf jetzt. Ich laufe. Koch, Heiner. Rechts von uns. Soldat. Angriff. Rechts. 200. Soldat. Bekämpfe.
Infantry to our right. 200 meters. There's nobody there.
Schaff mal einen Arsch darüber.
I'm gonna push up to that building. That was a G3. I feel like the ambience would be better affected with elevator music or maybe Rocket Man. Yeah, urban combat can be kind of slow-paced in Arma. Also really tense, because anything can kill you real quick like. I don't know where the last of them are.
Ostwärts. Soldat. Angriff. Bekämpfe. Rechts von uns. Angriff. Schütze.
I hear at least one AK.
Hab ihn.
Who was the shooter? Not maybe that guy? I don't know. Ah! How far back is that autosave? I didn't even see him. Just got me right in the chest. Bullets hurt a lot, yeah. And there's no Kevlar. This is the 80s. Oh dear, from here. Only problem with Arma is that it's very stingy with its checkpoint system. It'll be okay. We can try to avoid the mistakes. Well, yeah, technically Kevlar and plate carrier rigs and all that stuff, those are technically have existed for a long time. But, equipping them to every rifleman is a modern thing. Really didn't exist in the 80s. The 1980s, just like the 1970s and the 1960s and the 1940s and on and on and on you go. It was more just, here's your uniform, here's your webbing, here's your rifle and your helmet, and, you know, some other supplies. Have fun, don't die. But it was more of a quantity issue than a quality issue. I wanted to say that we started equipping everybody with Kevlar vests sometime around the Gulf War in '91, but even then I'm not super sure on that. But a lot of the niceties of Modern Warfare are really recent. In World War I, sometimes soldiers wore steel plate armor underneath their uniforms. Yes, that is very true. And it worked better than you'd think, too. If you were... it was very useful against shrapnel, too. I think that was one of the main attractions to it, rather than bullets straight up, was that I could just stop shrapnel. Of course, getting your hands on steel is difficult, especially during a war. Okay, that guy's dead. Saw that machine gun basically saw him in half. Oh, that thing has a toe. Or, not a toe, but maybe a Milan? It's a wire-guided AT. Whoa! Where is he? I'm just gonna start suppressing. That's why the next Call of Duty should be set during the 30 Years' War. You know, honestly, I'm kind of surprised there hasn't been a Call of Duty set in a Cold War gone hot scenario yet. Like a 1989 kind of thing. They've done, you know, Black Ops 1 was set during the 60s. That's my favorite alternate history scenario. Me too. I really enjoy Cold War gone hot. It's a very fun era, and the 1980s, I think, is one of the last times where you saw a real parity in power between Western forces like NATO and any competitor. Like, the Russian kit of the 1980s was not bad. Not at all. Give China 10 to 20 years? I don't... If that... I don't know enough about Chinese military development to say with any certainty how they're going to develop. But I feel like it's very easy for people to underestimate China. And I think that's a terrible mistake to make. Hey guys. Oh no. Yeah, but he might hold up. Oh, he got it. You're right, he is fine. How about that? Luring the enemy into a false sense of security. We're fortunate enough to say that they don't have any AT on them. I haven't seen anybody with RPGs. Yeah, I didn't know this until, ooh. Just keeping their heads down while I push. Let's reload. What I was going to say is I didn't realize I RPG gunners in the East German military, the Volksarmy, they were not given rifles. In this they are, for gameplay reasons, but historically they were given a pistol and their RPG was just their primary weapon. And the people who carried ammo for them also did not have rifles, they had pistols. And I've been thinking about making scenarios in Arma 3 using this setting and this expansion pack. So I think I'm going to try to factor that back in somehow. What I'd really like to see added in is a way to make RPGs primary and give them bipods, which they historically do have. Yes, we are fighting the East Germans. We are playing as the West Germans. The West Germans, or the East Germans have pretty much the same kit as the Russians, with minor changes. Yes, no, I mean, they didn't only have it, but I mean, the people who were told to carry RPGs did not have rifles. They weren't assigned rifles, they were assigned, pistols. I think it was just an issue of weight carry. There's people over here. What's their fighting position? Reloading. I was just thinking, because if I recalled correctly, the Warsaw Pact had a far higher number of tanks in mechanized units than NATO. It did. They were cheaper to make, and they weren't quite as great at crew protection. Although, they weren't bad either. This is the thing that I think a lot of people miss when looking at the difference between West and East units, was that if you were to put Soviet tanks in an American armored doctrine, they would fail horribly. But they're not designed to fit into an American armored doctrine. They're designed to fit into a Russian armored doctrine. And in the Russian armored doctrine, they are terrifyingly effective. Wow! That guy rounded the corner and just aced us right in the face. Once more. Yeah, I don't think it was in the butt. I think we got shot in the face, but I'm not sure. On we go. It's starting to turn into that one Tom Cruise movie, Edge of Tomorrow, I think it was. I'll go a bit longer tonight, because I want to get through this. But yeah, it is important to remember that if you measure another country's equipment, and I mean, there's objectively bad equipment, of course. We've had them, the Soviets have had them, everybody's had objectively bad equipment. But it's important to remember when comparing equipment that something that seems inexplicable or inefficient by one standpoint is very often exactly what they were going for by their viewpoint. T-55s and T-62s, or T-64s rather, and T-72s and T-90s and T-80s, under American doctrine, they would not hold up. They don't have all of the niceties that we expect in American mechanized units. They're not quite as good at crew protection. They're not quite as fuel efficient, blah, 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 blah. There are all these things that just make it technically inferior to American vehicles. But the Soviets aren't looking for, and the Russians today aren't looking for vehicles that apply to American military doctrine. They're applying it to their own military doctrine. And, again, by that doctrine, they are terrifyingly powerful. So, always remember, don't judge based off of your own viewpoint, you have to judge off of theirs. And it's also worth mentioning that Russian doctrine is not the World War II human wave tactics. That's often like it's evolved a lot. It does involve the overwhelming of defenses through numbers, but Alright, so
Gefallen. Clever.
trying to have this conversation while on fire. Russian armored doctrine right now is if you take contact, stop your armored column, and call in artillery. And the Russians just have a lot of artillery. So once that area has basically been rendered into the surface of the moon, then you continue your advance. And that's how the Russians deal with all their problems. Take contact, call it in, annihilate it, and then push through. Alright, so Peters went down. I think that's him right. Yep. Alright, we're set. He's fine. He's only very dead. He's either dead or wounded.
Feindkontakt.
He's probably dead.
Feiner. Vor uns. Mann. Angriff. Vor uns. 100. Soldat.
I lost sight of my section. I think that... yeah, that's them right up ahead. It is also worth remembering, though, that a lot of the vehicles that the Warsaw Pact had and Russia has now are in storage facilities. They're not ready to fight immediately. They can be made ready to fight, but it's easier said than done. Like, they stockpile everything. The Soviets still have a significant number of T-34s lying. I think we got him. If not, then I'm dead, but,
Bekämpfe Ziel.
interesting fact, most of the Soviet nuclear armaments were not directed towards U.S. cities, but actually targeted U.S. military installations and facilities. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard the same, and it makes sense, because if you get the first strike off and you're able to catch people off guard, you're talking knocking out the response capability. And if both sides survive, you know, the engagement, you want to make sure that the other side can't continue a conventional war afterwards. Now, actually, that particular area was something...
Ziel vernichtet.
That particular area, the Soviets were not very good at. Their nuclear command and response was... It was one of the things that you could say, by an objective standard, was worse than the Americans. They had nothing similar to NORAD and Cheyenne Mountain. Which meant that in a nuclear confrontation, the Soviet response would have been very limited, provided that they didn't get the first shot off. But I'm not sure how much of that we really knew. For sure that the Soviets did not know about
Angriff.
Cheyenne Mountain until after the war, the Cold War.
Berger.
Frag zone out.
Schütze. Lindemann. Mann. Angriff.
He's right there. He's prone.
Bin an ihm dran. Ziel vernichtet. Wo sind Sie? Koordinate 0, 0, 3,
I don't think I've gotten it.
9, 9, 2, 7.
It looks like I did get him with that blind fire. Yeah, he's dead. Okay, so we're a bit split up from the rest of the team. We're gonna have to regroup. There's the team. You're a braver man than I am. I have that hat. It's right here, but I don't want to put it on. And there's no point to put on the gas mask either.
Links. Schütze. Bekämpfe. Ja, los geht's.
There's no chemical weapons yet, but the developers of this expansion pack have said that they might add it in a patch. or maybe in another follow-up expansion. I don't know if you were here the first time we tried to play this. It was a bit of a buggy mess, the campaign, unfortunately, but the scale and scope of the mod impresses the hell out of me. And it was made by 2 people. The whole thing. 419 square kilometers of map. We are pinned. Ow. It's 419 square kilometers map, a bunch of units and assets and tanks and everything made by 2 people. It's an incredible accomplishment.
Von uns. Schütze.
So I've got very high hopes for where this is going in the future. Alright, those guys are dead. I need to reload.
Schütze.
Really? I just patched myself up. Ah, arse. Took it in the arms.
Einer weniger.
Oh, come on! Yeah. A full-scale FPS set during the Cold War. Well, okay. There is the people who made Rising Storm 2, Tripwire Interactive. They are making a, I forget what it's called off the top of my head, but they are making a Cold War Gone Hot Team v Team game. If you know anything about the Red Orchestra or Rising Storm 2, it's going to be that kind of gameplay feel, but set in the 1980s, East versus West. So I would look into that. I'm actually going to pause for a second and use the restroom. I'll be right back. I am back. I'm looking at your comment. I wonder what game you were talking about, because I don't know what that is, but it sounds really interesting. If you can dig it up, let me know. It's an interesting premise.
Marsch. Hier Hammer. Sichtkontakt in Groß-Hilsbeck. Unbekannte Anzahl. Greifen an. Kommen.
Hier Wespe, verstanden. Draht, sichern Sie Hammers vorgehen. Kommen.
Heiner. Vor uns. Mann. Voraus. 200. Schütze.
And this was a FPS.
Gebiet gesichert. Lindemann.
I'm seeing if you can find it. Alright. Good luck. Let me know what you find. 'Cause that sounds like an interesting concept. Maybe at some point I'll play World in Conflict on stream. That's a very fun real-time strategy game set in Cold War gone hot.
Nordostwärts. Schütze. Angriff. Sichtkontakt. Nordost. 300 Soldaten. Kämpfe.
That guy's dead already.
Einer weniger.
Start maneuvering around.
Hier gesichert. Ja, los jetzt. Voraus. 200.
Taking a lot of fire.
Nordostwärts. Soldat. Feindberührung mit. Nordostwärts.
I don't know where from.
Soldat.
Somewhere in the.
Stein. Nordost. Mann. Vor uns. 200. Mann. Nordostwärts. 300. Schütze. Einer. Nordostwärts. Mann. Schafft dein Hintern noch nicht. Gebe Deckung. Ziel vernichtet. Voraus. 300 Meter. Marsch. Ich komme.
Good attempt there.
Mann, was? Feinde, Nordost, 300, Mann.
Oh, I saw him and he vanished. Off that one. The is that our squad MG3 or is that from the APC?
Sichert. Reindl, Heiner, voraus, Mann, voraus, 200, Soldat, hab ihn.
Let's get down into the ditch. Reload.
Heiner, voraus, Soldat, Lindemann, Reindl, Nordostwärts, Mann.
Just can't see them.
Koch, Nordostwärts, Soldat, Angriff, bekämpfe. Heiner, Nordostwärts, Soldat, Angriff, bekämpfe Ziel. Hier gesichert.
It's that AK again. They're not technically called AKs, they're like MPIs or something like that. Some German, I think they're German licensed copies. They're effectively an AK. I think a AK-74. Not super sure on that point though.
Bewegung dort drüben. Vor uns. 100. Soldat. Stein. Klemmer.
I hear him, but I don't see him.
Bekämpfe Ziel. Berger. Peters.
Too separated from my team anyways.
Soldat. Angriff. Hier gesichert. Bekämpfe. Kontakt.
Wow.
Kamerad gefallen.
There's a bad guy in the comp.
Lindemann. Reindl. Berger. Soldat. Angriff. Ziel neutralisiert. Bekämpfe.
Oh, that's a friendly, right? Right? Yeah, you are. Glad I missed. Can't find it anywhere? It's okay.
Koch. Heiner. Schütze.
Where's the guy who shot you?
Feinddeckgleich. Links von uns. 75. Schütze. Bekämpfe. Links. 75. Mann.
Oh, that is the guy who shot you. Bloody hell. Okay, there we go. Set again.
Schütze. Angriff. Ziel
Like on the other side of this wall somewhere. I'd like to stay up a bit longer, but I actually do need to get up early tomorrow. Trip to Kearney to see my sister, and I still have work to do tonight. You're going to bow out. Alright, it's been nice having you on, Quinn. I'll be stopping soon anyways. Have a good night, and I hope you enjoy your trip.
Soldat.
Yep, thank you for the well-wishing. See you around. Oh, and before you go, we'll be streaming tomorrow as well.
Einer weniger.
Well, we wounded him, but he's not dead.
Voraus. 75. Soldat. Koch. Stein. Schütze. Angriff. Rechts. 100. Soldat. Ziel vernichtet.
Los, ich gebe dir Deckung! Ich komme!
Let's push up. I don't know what happened to the guy we got. We wounded. I don't think he's dead.
Vor uns. 75. Schütze.
Schaff deinen Arsch darüber!
Ziel neutralisiert.
Oh, that was close. Looks like we got contact down this way.
Stein. Rechts von uns. Mann. Koch. Mann. Angriff.
Oh! Alright, I think that just about does it for me. Lucky shot by that guy. It's been a good night, everyone. I'm gonna have to stop for now. We'll pick this up tomorrow with some KSP. So, for those, take care.